Hello, friends and fellow bibliophiles. Welcome back to Kat's Novel Adventures, and welcome to anyone who is new to my channel. It is almost February, which means it's almost Folklore February, a month-long readathon where we spend the month exploring folkloric stories and stories inspired by folklore. Today, I want to share with you all the details for this year's Folklore February adventures. Before we get started, what is folklore? Folklore is traditional beliefs, customs, and stories of a community passed through generations by word of mouth. Folklore February focuses on those stories, which include fairy tales, folk tales, fables, myths, legends, and tall tales. And I'm inviting you to participate. Since I'm all about reading adventures being flexible and fun, participation is simply to explore the folklore genre by reading one folkloric story or a story inspired by folklore, and you have participated in Folklore February. And I will add, I love when a readathon includes a watching component, so feel free to watch a TV show or a movie inspired by folklore. With all that being said, if you happen to be a reader who enjoys prompts or you need some inspiration, I got carried away this year and created a bingo board with 9 prompts. I know, that's 5 more than last year. However, those extra prompts can be used for reading, but they also can be used for other activities. Out of those 9 one-word prompts, I chose 4 core prompts to guide you in deciding on what you might want to read throughout the month. Those words are in the 4 corners. The other 4 words can be used for reading, but I have activities in mind for those. And then in the middle is ABC for added fun, or it could be used as a free space, or it could be used as a mood read or mood watch. So let's take a look at the 4 core reading prompts and see how they could be interpreted based on their meaning and their relation to folklore. The first word is adventure. An adventure is an exciting, probably risky trip, effort, or undertaking. In folklore, adventure in stories involves a character completing an impossible task, going on an epic quest, or interacting with magical creatures or enchanted objects. Many of these stories teach virtues such as bravery, honesty, and perseverance. The second word is animal. An animal is a particular kind of living organism, one that can move voluntarily and can find and digest food. In folklore, animals can be divine messengers, shapeshifters, or mythical creatures, and they can act as moral guides, tricksters, protectors, or villains. Animals often embody human traits and cultural values. The third word is amore, which is the Italian word for love, and it can refer to romantic love, family love, love for a friend, or even love for an activity or an interest. In folklore, amore often involves magic, an obstacle or test, as well as dramatic transformations that can lead to immortality, tragic death, or symbolic representation. Of course, there are stories in folklore where the characters live happily ever after. And the fourth word is abracadabra, which is a magical charm or a word you can say or shout when you want something to change or appear. Abracadabra will represent magic for Folklore February. In folklore, magic includes folk magic, supernatural beings, and enchanted objects. It can help or hinder heroes, transform characters, or teach them about the consequences of using it. These 4 reading prompts are for inspiration and are left up to your interpretation. Now let's take a look at the 4 other words, which I thought would be fun to use as activity prompts during Folklore February. And the first word is craft. Like Rumpelstiltskin, who spun straw into gold, we can craft during Folklore February. This could include coloring, puzzles, crocheting, scrapbooking, artwork, journals, etc. You could have your craft be representative of a folkloric story, like color a picture of Cinderella, or crocheting while listening to a fairy tale. The second word is mirror, and like the evil queen in Snow White, we can see things, or watch things rather, during the month. This could include TV shows, movies, or YouTube videos featuring fairy tales, folk tales, fables, myths, legends, and tall tales. The third word is potion, and like ambrosia and nectar, the food and drink of the Greek gods, we can eat and drink our own elixir of life inspired by folkloric stories. This could include cocktails and mocktails, as well as snacks that are related to your favorite fairy tale. And the fourth prompt is reimagine. Like Madeline Miller did with Circe, we can reimagine our favorite folkloric stories. This can be done through poetry, art, a story. Think fan fiction by changing the point of view, setting and time period, switching or blending genres, maybe even creating a prequel or sequel. This might be the most challenging prompt on the bingo board, but it could also be a lot of fun. And of course, you can always use mirror, potion, craft, as well as reimagine as a reading prompt or a watching prompt if you prefer. And the last prompt on the bingo board is that one that's right smack dab in the middle, and that is ABC. This is just for fun. It adds a whimsical element to Folklore February, and I have created a sheet with each letter of the alphabet where we can record a story, a book, a character, a creature, or a theme as we are reading, watching, or doing activities related to folklore. One story might count for multiple letters. For example, if I read Goodnight Krampus, I could count it for G for the title, Goodnight Krampus. Or I could also count it for K for Krampus. And as I mentioned before, this could also be used as a free space, or it could be used as a mood read or watch. So that takes care of the prompts and the ABC adventures for Folklore February. I do have some additional information. There is no official group read. However, I am reading The Big Over Easy by Jasper Fforde. If anybody wants to do a read along with me, meet Inspector Jack Spratt, family man and head of Reading's Nursery Crime Division. He is investigating the murder of Humpty Dumpty, ex-convict and lover of women, found shattered to death beneath a wall in a shabby area of town. In addition, I will be hosting community sprints throughout the month of February in celebration of Folklore February. My Discord will have a section for Folklore February 2026, and I plan to put a graphic or two on my Instagram. Everything that I've shared with you today is in the description box below. Well, friends, those are the deets on Folklore February. I'm sure you have something on your bookshelf that would work for Folklore February. Whether you read romance, horror, or science fiction, you can find something that would work for this event. Have I convinced you yet about exploring folklore in February? If so, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you're interested in buddy reading The Big Over Easy with me. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you watching, and until our paths cross again, stay amazing and be adventurous.